I'm sure you'll tell us the story, which I'm excited to hear, how FX eventually comes to this realization that they're going to put together Capote versus the Swans as a TV series and look to your book
Well,
for,
okay,
yeah,
okay. Just one aside about Melanie Benjamin.
yeah.
In my experience, writers are either overwhelmingly generous or too generous, or the most selfish SOBs who've ever walked this earth. And Melanie Benjamin, look, here I'm coming. I'm writing a nonfiction version of the novel she wrote. Believe me, a lot of writers say, screw you, I'm not going to help you. But she didn't do that. She read it and she gave me a wonderful blurb that was very helpful to me.
Well, and I have to say, um, I'm glad you addressed that, Laurence, because I think it's just wonderful to see that collaborative spirit. Because a part of me was thinking, um, was he going into territory that she had already delved
Right,
into
right,
in
right,
the fictive world? But
right.
they are two different texts. Like they are different orbits of Truman Capote's life in a way of understanding his psychology. Um, fiction and nonfiction
No,
occupy
definitely.
different spaces. Um, but yeah, so what was it about you think right now? Is it just this fascination with an enigmatic figure like Truman Capote and how he had all these secrets and how he kind of lives this openly gay life? I mean, that's what I'm fascinated with in your book is it's not like he's really hiding in the closet. And it's actually very surprising that all these
At
women
that
know
time,
he's gay at that time.
at
Mhm.
that time, no, it was a very daring thing that he did. And I'm just finishing a book now on Andy Warhol.
Oh, wow.
And there's another example of that. But it was people forget how dangerous it was to be gay, and uh, young gay men left the small towns of America because they weren't safe there, headed to the big cities, and that's exactly what Truman Capote did.
Yeah. Well, and I was even going to ask, did you think that researching for Capote's women and trying to understand what he's occupying in terms of being so open as a gay man and a writer and an art critic, artist, what have you, did it take opportunities away from him? Like, did you see a record of any opportunities that, where
Oh
the
no, I
carpet
mean,
was
gosh,
pulled out?
he was the most famous writer in America. I mean, what more could he have?
Hmm.
And you know, in cold blood. He reads this article in the New York, a small story in the New York Times about this murder in Kansas of this family, and he doesn't know anything about that world. It's a world where he probably won't be welcome, but he has the guts to go out there and do that and tell that story.
Yeah. And do you think that just like how did you even process what I find so compelling at the beginning and you're interweaving his childhood throughout the book
Right.
is this trauma. I mean, it was such a rocky relationship he has with his mother,
Yeah,
with like
exactly.
just
Yeah.
being sent to that military school.
Right. 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 No.
Um
No.
yeah. How is that do you think that's a lot of his um kind of fuels him to become the center of the attention of this society?
And realize he didn't have a college education. He starts out writes his first novel when he's 23, which has gay themes in it, a controversial thing. And there he is. He's a famous man at that age.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what attracts him to these women? Like why, do you think Babe Haley is really the center that holds the glue for everything? Because that's kind of how the TV show is
Oh,
imagining.
look, there's a synergy between sort of socially prominent women or beautiful women and gays. There just is, okay? There's just and the women like it because the guy's not going to be hitting on them, and they consider them more sophisticated often and aware of the things that they are concerned with. So it was natural for them to be that for those friendships to develop.
Yeah. Would you call these women progressive, like politically?
No, not really. No, no. I mean, they didn't. Gosh, you think what politics did they have? No, not really.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess Lee Radziwill is a particular political
Well, because of her sister.
because of her sister. Yes.
But
So,
yeah, but no, I think that he he had to be an entertainer. That's part of it too. He and he knew that. He had to be the entertainer at the dinner parties. The moment he didn't do that, he was finished. It's a cold world, the American upper class.